Lamb boy. And I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming.
Oh, whoa, we up in this thing. What it is, what it do. Good people. How are you? Peace and love to the guys and goddesses and all the high vibrating species on the planet. You know what I'm talking about? How we living out there, man? What busting, good people. Salute to the academies. Welcome back to the channel. I guess these glasses just ain't gonna do it for me. I said, well, you just gonna keep them things down. You feel me? Swing, swing, swing. All right, swinging blocks on them. Listen, I hope everybody doing good out there. You know what I'm talking about? Welcome back to the channels. Welcome back to the channels. You feel me? You know what it is that we're doing. And if you're new, I would request that you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. You feel me? But let's just get you some content in you. See if you're rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Myself and the academics, you feel me? Over here in the SCP Foundation, the world of the SCPs, the world, or should I say, the realm of the monsters. That's what we like. That's what we are. That's what we're checking out. We got to go through the files. We got to see what these people have been hiding in plain sight. If you know, you know. If you dig it, you dig it. If you're with it, stick with it. Because we about to get it. So, academics, we have SCP-3627. The Dreamy Jasters. Now I saw the little silly face on the caption, right? So, him look like a doll, but I know Jaster is. You just, you know, you kind of flip that and you can say jester, and we all automatically know what the, I mean, at least most of us should be familiar with the jester and what their role with the king, and they're basically the only ones that can insult the king and laugh about it right in his face in front of everyone. But this one is dreamy, and I doubt it's going to be anything of the good dream. We talking nightmares, because the thing is a Euclid and it's cognito hazard. So we got a Euclid with a hazard. Don't sound anything dreamy to me. So I hope you have what you need, because I do. And without further ado, we're gonna get to what it is that we do. Academies, let me tap. Make sure I got what it is that I need. You know what I'm talking about? Because if I don't, and where's my, okay, you know what, let's just do this. Let's just get her busting, and I'm gonna find what it is that I need to find. Right, got it. Let's get it.
Good afternoon, everyone.
We're at the Volgun.
My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-3627.
Okay.
Object Class, Euclid.
He better be.
Special Containment Procedures.
I can see the mouth.
SCP-3627 is to be contained in a standard non-humanoid holding cell at Site. This paragraph was stricken from the document. SCP-3627 is to be kept in a soundproof containment cell under constant video surveillance. Any recorded instances of unprompted anomalous behavior on the part of SCP-3627 are to be reported to a supervisor of level 3 clearance or higher. Description: SCP-3627 is a chill.
You know what? I need to listen. Academy, someone, do me a favor, if you will. Can we locate the video where we actually get a breakdown of the clearance? Did we go through that? I mean, we went through so many. I can't really remember. You know, and I be hearing these. Okay, I'm gonna find it. If y'all don't get it to me, you know what I'm talking about. I find it, cause now I'm curious. That's all these levels. Now I know about D class and a couple other levels, but then I just want to know about these clearances and just, you know what I'm saying. What do are you cleared to do? Because I know even Dr. Miller here ain't cleared to give us everything. You feel me? So, I'm curious. If you have a direction that send my team in so they can find what it is that we looking for, we can get all this information out. Because I don't want anybody new to be about as lost as I am, you know what I'm saying? Because this is my first rodeo. You know what I'm talking about? I know how to ride and I know how to drive. In maneuver, believe me. But it is the first rodeo. It's not my first rodeo with the SCP. Trust me, we got over 100 videos of these things. It's just so much of it, and then there's other informations. It's gonna take a minute for me to get through it all, but I'm here for it. This is what I'm here for, so I'm here for it. So, and we've already had a couple catamates helping us out thus far, sending us in certain directions to find certain things that was very much intriguing, and we are very much appreciative and grateful for the academics that contribute to the cause. So if you have that information, or if there's other SCPs or maybe departments that you're fond of and then I haven't covered it yet, feel free to send it on over to me. We will get it busting for you. That's guaranteed. But let's get back to it.
Children's music box approximately 23 by 15 by 8 centimeters in size. The word acrobats is written on the front of SCP-3627, below which is a glass casing containing 2 acrobat figurines connected at the hands to a rotating axle. So at the base of SCP-3627 is a small compartment with the phrase Dreamy Jasters written in faded paint. No company or manufacturing labels are present on SCP-3627, and attempts to identify the origins of SCP-3627 have been unsuccessful. The anomalous properties of SCP-3627 manifest when a human inserts an object into SCP-3627's base compartment. Objects inserted by non-human entities have not triggered any anomalous phenomena. Upon the insertion of an object and the closing of the compartment, the 2 acrobat figurines within SCP-3627 will rotate around the central axle, and a series of chime-like sounds will be produced. The exact pattern of these sounds varies depending on the object inserted and the individual performing the insertion. A single iteration of the pattern will generally last between 5 to 15 seconds and will repeat for a period between 4 and 8 hours. Attempts to open the compartment door during this process using conventional means have been met with failure. Subjects who have experienced the effects of SCP-3627 report vivid and emotionally charged dreams. Although the contents of these dreams vary widely between instances, certain similarities are always present. Number 1. Dreams invoked by SCP-3627 always exhibit some relation to the inserted object, whether it be directly through the literal presence of the object in the dream, or indirectly through an idea or an experience that the subject associates with the object. Number 2. Despite the frequent presence of disturbing content within these dreams, subjects will ultimately view them as a positive experience and will feel a sense of peace upon awakening. And number 3. Subjects who experience dreams invoked by SCP-3627 will lose any prior attachments to the inserted object, as well as any personal or abstract concepts associated with said object. This is the only known
That's the key. Okay? That's letting you know right there. If you run across an anomalous object that has an insertion, you make sure you don't put nothing in there that you wouldn't want being lost. Whether it's in your memory or physicality. It don't matter. Memory or physicality. It don't matter. Just make sure that whatever you're inserting into this objects here, or anything of the sort, that you don't want that back, and that's cool to do what it is that it does, or that it's for the right cause, that you're sacrificing such item. Okay, just mental note. You know what I'm talking about?
Permanent effect of SCP-3627. Upon the conclusion of the musical pattern, the object formerly inserted into SCP-3627 will no longer be present within the compartment. The location of the inserted objects following their disappearance is currently unknown. In place of the object will be a 6 by 6 centimeter segment of paper containing a typed note. Notes delivered by SCP-3627 are generally between 6 and 12 lines long and are loosely formatted in iambic pentameter, which has been stricken from the document. See Addendum 3627-3, with an alternating rhyme scheme. While these notes are generally only produced after the insertion of an object and the completion of SCP-3627's auditory process, the appearance of a note without the occurrence of these events has been observed on 2 occasions, previously 1. The notes themselves are non-anomalous in their physical composition. However, the written contents of the notes indicate a level of sentience on the part of SCP-3627. The notes are always directed at the subject who most recently experienced SCP-3627 auditory effects and generally provide cryptic analysis and advice regarding their relation to the inserted object. See Addendum 3627-2 for more information. SCP-3627 always uses plural pronouns when referring to itself within these notes, suggesting that multiple entities may be responsible for SCP-3627's effects. SCP-3627 will occasionally reference its SCP status and its current location within Foundation custody, as well as knowledge of other SCPs and Foundation activities. SCP-3627's level of knowledge regarding the Foundation is currently unknown, as is its means of accessing said knowledge. Addendum 3627-1. Initial discovery. SCP-3627 was discovered by Agent during a routine thrift shop sweep in Montana. Upon inspection, SCP-3627 produced the following note. No objects were inserted prior to the production of this message, and no auditory phenomena were observed.
Hello, Agent. It seems you found an object that is worth being secured, contained, and yes, protected for its sound. A wondrous tune that you have not yet heard. Just place a gift into our waiting grasp, a memory that haunts your waking mind, and in return we shall relax the clasp that keeps it within your soul so intertwined. Your line of work is filled with those who need the closure and peace that we bestow. Bring those that are desiring of this deed. We'll ease the pain and help them to let go.
Upon realizing the note contained obvious allusions to the Foundation, Agent purchased the object and delivered it to containment personnel at site. Addendum 3627-2. Experiment logs. The following experiments detail the effects of SCP-3627 on certain individuals upon the insertion of certain objects. Information pertaining to the psychological and personal history of the subjects has been included, as it is believed to be pertinent to the resultant effects of SCP-3627. Experiment 3627-A. Subject: D-2213. Inserted object: wedding ring belonging to subject D-2213. Information of note: subject's husband died in an automobile accident 4 months prior to Foundation recruitment. Psychiatric testing has revealed some severe emotional trauma resulting from this event. Results: subject recalled dreaming of her wedding day. The dream was identical to her memories of her actual wedding day, with the exception of the groom, who was motionless throughout the ceremony and appeared to be in an advanced state of decay. Neither the subject nor anyone else attending the ceremony were bothered by this. Upon being instructed to kiss the bride, the subject recalled the transfer of a warm, viscous, and malodorous fluid from the groom's mouth into her own. The subject was once again unfazed and swallowed the entirety of the fluid produced, recalling that it produced a warm, comforting feeling inside her. Following this exchange, the groom disappeared and was absent for the duration of the ceremony. Subject awoke shortly after, cutting into the wedding cake. Upon awakening, the subject was unbothered by the disappearance of her wedding ring. Subject reported a strong sense of two-dimensional being confined to the papers. Subject at this point entered an omniscient point of view, as he saw the figure exit the room through a previously non-existent door, which led into the street of a suburban neighborhood. At this point, the passage of time appeared to increase in rate, as houses on either side of the street gradually decayed and were overgrown by plant life, The figure was seemingly unaffected by this process and stood motionlessly in the street. After several minutes, the passage of time returned to a normal rate, and a mushroom cloud indicative of a nuclear detonation appeared in the distance. Subject awoke shortly after, watching the figure slowly melt in the street and detecting a strong odor of burning paper. Upon awakening, the subject showed little interest in drawing. Subject displays no displeasure toward drawing and was able to draw upon instruction with the same level of skill as before, but stated that he just didn't feel any desire to do it anymore. To date, the subject has still not partaken in drawing or any other visual artistic medium without being instructed to do so. The note produced by SCP-3627 following this experiment is as follows.
The one and only noble goal of man, to leave one's mark forever on the earth, is strived for through whatever means one can. Create a piece of true artistic worth. Alas, the subtle marks upon one's soul cannot be cloned by any moral hands. A life is better lived when short and whole than stretched across the ever-shifting sands.
Experiment 3627, C. Subject, Dr. Inserted object, video recording device remotely connected to a viewing monitor. Information of note. Experiment aims to observe the destination of objects inserted into SCP-3627. Dr. Head of SCP-3627 experimentation performed the insertion in order to gain a better idea of the dreaming process. Results. Subject recalled dreaming of a hallway located in a Foundation containment facility similar to Site. The hallway was lined with containment cells containing numerous SCPs. Subject specifically recalled seeing SCP, and SCP, despite none of these SCPs being stored in the same facility in reality. The subject recalls being suddenly overwhelmed by a feeling of dread and sprinting through multiple corridors in an attempt to exit the facility. The layout of the building was nonsensical and labyrinthine, containing multiple unnecessary loops and dead ends. Upon locating the exit, the subject ran several hundred meters from the facility before gaining enough composure to look back. The facility was several hundred times larger than any active Foundation site and had the same approximate dimensions as a human heart. The outside of the building was lined with several thousand containment cells, each containing an SCP. The facility began to beat at regular intervals, sending tremors through the surrounding area. Subject recalled losing balance from the force of the vibrations. The tremors slowly increased in magnitude until the surrounding land shattered, and the subject was left falling through a black swirling void. Subject awoke shortly thereafter. Upon awakening, subject destroyed all video footage received from the inserted recording device, stating that some things are better left unexplained. Subject later submitted a formal resignation, was administered amnestics, and released. The note produced by SCP-3627 following this experiment is as follows.
The human's sense of curiosity is what puts them above the animals. But there are things that a man should best not see, that can't be kept within Foundation walls. The tortured minds of ancient horrors shriek. Their calls can shred the earth and tear the skies. If their secrets you do persist to seek, then you're seeking your very own demise.
Further experimentation on SCP-3627 has been discontinued indefinitely. Addendum 3627-3, Incident Report 87 days after experimentation on SCP-3627 was discontinued, SCP-3627 produced a pattern of tones without the prior insertion of an object. These tones could be heard outside of SCP-3627's holding cell and caused 2 D-Class personnel to fall unconscious. This was the first instance of SCP-3627 invoking REM sleep in multiple individuals at once. The pattern of tones was repeated for 2 minutes and 34 seconds, a notably shorter duration than those previously observed. Upon the conclusion of the pattern, both subjects awoke and immediately attempted to access the holding cell containing SCP-3627, first by attempting to guess the access code. then by repeatedly ramming into the cell. Their activity was eventually detected by the on-site security system, and armed Foundation personnel were dispatched to the area. Both subjects were successfully terminated before causing a containment breach. SCP-3627's containment procedures have been updated accordingly. The following note was found within SCP-3627 shortly after the incident.
We revealed ourselves to you so that you would take us in. We did this because we knew you had no short supply of sin. We thought we'd help you to let go, to ease the guilt and help you heal. But we were fools, for now we know that you have no guilt that you could feel. You really think you're going good with all that you collect, but then again, of course you would. Secure, contain, protect.
I think that about does it for today. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are, and you are all dismissed. Goodbye.
Yeah. I knew that was going to come to a close as soon as Buddy went the hell off about that right there. You know what I'm talking about? Because don't let this stuff go over your head. Now listen, Catamay, I don't know. I went to rewind. I don't know how in the hey, it went forward. I don't know. It didn't do it by mud. But I'm just like, you know what I'm talking about? Because I heard something about the ring, and it just made me think of something, but I just want to just hear it again. Just how you know what I'm talking about? But it messed me up. That's what it really did, for real. It messed up my train of thought. That's actually what I was about to say, because I already had what I was going to say. I just wanted to hear it again, just to make sure that that's what I was hearing before I said what I said. But given the ring, I mean, I guess it's like a bittersweet scenario for certain people, I guess. Given the ring, somebody passed, and you want to get rid of, you know what I'm talking about? It's going to get rid of that. You're not going to have a desire for that feeling, that emotion. It's going to get rid of that. And I understood that when he said it. You insert something, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We're going to send you through a trial and tribulation with it. You know what I mean? To make sure that you can really let go. And that's, I mean, in a sense, it's like a form of shadow work. To be honest with you, Academy said, I mean, it really sounded like a form of shadow work. It sounds dangerous, yeah, especially in the hands of the wrong people, and you already know it's in the hands of the wrong people already. I'm just gonna be real with you, hypothetically. So, I'm looking at this situation, these scenarios that's going on, right? And that's why I said it's bittersweet. You can use it to heal, to get rid of things that's unwanted traumas. That's awesome, to get rid of trauma. I don't care what you went through in your life. You know what I'm saying? And don't take offense to that. It's just like, it doesn't matter. If it was traumatizing and you haven't done the work to, you know what I mean, to heal from it completely, then you're still, I don't want to say you're in danger, because I don't want to wish that over you, but there's still, you should still take precautions. I would say that. Let me say that. You know what I'm saying? You should still take precaution, just in case, you know what I'm saying? Because some traumas, you got to look at the T word. The T in the trauma is a trigger. You feel me? It's the TR in trauma. Trigger, man. You know what I mean? So trauma, it aligns triggers. And we get so out there that we forget what's here, and we forget who we are. And things trigger us, and about time we realized that we were triggered, we really didn't see what it was. There were so many things that happened, bam, 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 that it could have been any one of those things that triggers you, but that's the confusion. That's all of that comes at you. You know what I mean? It's all based on confusion at the end of the day. And that trauma. So I get wanting to get rid of certain things, you know what I mean? But then there's this the bitter part about it is that I would say it's cheating, in a sense, because you're not actually doing that work to heal. You're trying to allow something else to do it for you. And that could be dangerous. And I get why this thing could be Euclid, because that could be dangerous. Because you may open up something else that's just, you feel me? Instead of just going through the tear, the pain, and doing it yourself, so you know that you're healed because you did it yourself, not depending on anything outside of you to heal you. You were scarred, not this machine. This machine can only understand your pain but so much. But then again, having this residual energy off such ring, it understands fully. But it's still going to deal with your issue according to its perspective or understanding of your situation. May not be the route you want to take. Because you may get sent through, you know what I'm saying, more trauma than you was actually been through in your life, and you just allotted yourself more. So it's, yeah, definitely Euclid. I mean, cognito hazard, definitely cognito on your ace. Yeah, man. So with that being said, Academates, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Take into consideration what I said, you know what I'm saying? Do not take it to face value, what I said. Just take it in consideration, you know what I mean? And just think about that. I mean, even if you don't need it, pass it to a friend that may need just a different perspective, you know what I mean? Because sometimes that's what we need. We just need different perspectives to look at things. Because one of my new quotes now is like, you know what I'm saying, perspectives, a different perspective could very well change lives. And I'm dead serious. You feel me? Because simply because sometimes what that your train of thought, it just may be wrong. It may need a little tweaking. You know what I mean? You may have been right-ish, but you need to be right all the way. And sometimes a different perspective can give you exactly what you need, so you ain't got to cut corners. You know what I mean? And when you got somebody playing in your dreams, that's somebody playing in your neurological bank. You don't need nobody messing with your mind. It's already a battle for the mind. It's a war for your mind. You know what I'm talking about? If they got your mind, they got your body. Believe that. And you got somebody playing in your dreams, and you're trying to get rid of dramas and pains and traumas and stuff like that. Just do the work, man. I just suggest you just do the work. Find a corner, a dark corner. Close your eyes. Go in there and figure it out. Do yourself a service. Do your friends, family, everyone a service. Because if you haven't healed completely, and this goes to myself as well, because I am, you know what I'm talking about? We're all striving for perfection. At least I hope you are. Listen, because I love to go back and watch this video and hear this right here and be like, yeah, you did say that, didn't you? Yeah, get off your shoulders, boy. Get back up. You know what I'm talking about? It happens. It happens. But we do come back from it if you want to. And just know that your mind is very important. Very important. That's why I tell y'all to pick up a book, read something new. You feel me? Read something new. And expand. And yeah. So until next time, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm telling y'all. I like going through these because, like, even some of the stuff that they put people through, you feel me? Like, you like really learn a life lesson by listening to some of this stuff. Like, man, these you feel me? Because you wouldn't want some of this stuff to happen to you. Guarantee, I don't. Some people don't make it. And some folks don't make it with their minds. And then you got them always want to neuralize your ass. You feel me? Damn, bruh. You're just gonna fry a brain. Can't be doing this. But until then, peace and love to all the guys and gals. This is not high vibrating species on the planet. Till next time.